page 136, and Madeline will start off with the summaries.
Okay, so in the first panel, it shows Anya and Vladek, and it says, Rishio's governess always offered she would help us. Before the Nazi takeover, the Polish governess was willing to help, so they expected her thoughts to not have changed since then. In the next panel, Vladek and Anya are knocking on the door, hoping for sanctuary as Jews. However, from the stutter in the voice of Janina, she fears even just the presence of visitors during the takeover. This is reflective of the period, since the cruelty of the Nazis as well as the fugitive Jews were something to be afraid of. In the next panel, Janina has a look of fear of who might be showing up at her door, which is depicted in her wide eyes. She also looks shocked because she wasn't aware of the Spiegelmans, or any Jews for that matter, or that they were around or still alive. Having a Jew on her doorstep might not have been as bad as she was expecting, but it was still dangerous. Her look of fear and shock turns into fearful anger. She says that they will bring trouble, and she yells at them to go because of that. She was unwilling to take the risk of helping them, even though she had promised to before. War does things to people, including shifting their morals to serve their own interests, even though it goes against them.
The governess slams the door on them, not even giving any thought to helping them. Even though before the war she would have helped them, the Nazis corrupted her mind with their evil eugenics and her fear for her own life and self-interest. In this panel, they momentarily remove their masks as Anya reveals her fear. The masks are symbolic of how the Jews had to disguise their true identities, something that was fundamental to who they were. Underneath the mask, their true emotions are revealed, with Vladek's fear staying hidden as he puts the mask back on. The masks are ironic of the Jewish kosher, in which they are not allowed to eat pig, but now are disguised as them. Anya and Vladek are walking away with their Polish disguise. However, Anya is described as being more obviously a Jew. You can see her tail coming out from the end of her coat, which was the obvious mark of her being a Jew. This represents how it wasn't easy for the Jews to hide, and a lot of the time they weren't able to disguise their full appearance.
Panel number 8 can be paralleled to the second, where Anja originally knocks on the door. To contrast this scene, this panel has Anja and Vladek in lighting, while the panel at the beginning had them blacked out. This symbolizes how in front of the governess, they were seen negatively and ultimately rejected, while in this panel they are seen as the people they really are and will be received. In panel 9, Mr. Lukowski notices Anja and is shocked. He repeats her name to illustrate the surprising sight of Jews out in the open during a time when the Nazis were in power. Lukowski's Polish ancestry is symbolized with the head of a pig, which contrasts from the Jews as the author depicts them as mice. He asks what they are doing there because of the persecution they are facing, but still ushers them inside, showing that empathy still exists despite the hostility Vladek and Anja faced. The absence of color shows the grave reality of their situation. Thank you so much for listening.